Welcome, superheroes, to the Dandy Bugle, where I, Dandelion, interview members of the real-life superhero movement on in their individual involvement with hero work and public community service. Today, we have the Beacon joining the crime scene, wearing their awesome bright super suit. Welcome, darling. I hope you're doing well today. Why don't you introduce yourself and describe the work that you do to the audience before we get started?
Hi, I'm the Beacon. I've been officially around since 2019, but I've done homeless outreach work and I've done charity runs. I just try to help out wherever I can.
Who is your favorite fictional superhero and who is your favorite non-fictional superhero?
For fictional, I have to say the Flash because he seems to be one of the only heroes that really understand that his rogue gallery are still people. And you see him in multiple instances where he'll just sit and just talk to them and
Mm.
let them know that, hey, it's going to be okay. And I'd say for a real superhero, it's superhero. He's always, I think about him all the time still. I'm happy I got to talk to him before he passed.
Yeah, I'll be asking you about that very soon. Um,
Okay.
what ins what inspired you to join the RLSH community? Was it your favorites that inspired you?
Uh, Before I learned about the community, there is a small book trilogy I ran into called The Small Town Superhero by Cherry Alsop. And I've spoken with this author on numerous occasions, actually, and she loves the real life superhero community. She's heard about them before. And then after I started that in about 2017, when I went by Nightlight, uh, when I was taking a hiatus, I learned about the real life superhero community, and I saw the documentary that had like Razorhawk, old superhero, some others that we don't like to speak about, and it was just numerous amount of things that got me involved, especially since when I graduated at 17, I ended up getting kicked out and I spent some time living on a couch and in my car. So when I finally got on my feet, that's when I started really pushing into homeless outreach work.
Mm. When did you join the RLSH community?
I'd say about 2019 is when I first hopped in. I ran into the subreddit and I got on Facebook and started connecting with other heroes with my account where I go by Lumen on there.
Mm. What is your favorite part of being in the RLSH community? What was your what is the most inspiring part of it?
It's a very open community. Like they don't care about race, they don't care about sexuality, and they always, if there's a problem, multiple people in the community will come together and help each other figure it out. And we got multiple people in the community who helps build suits. They can help 3D print something for you. And that's what we are. We're all a big family here.
What is your least favorite part of the RLSH community? What's something that you would change if you could?
The vigilantes. They're like, I don't have issue with a lot of vigilantes, but there's a good handful of them that just, they always act like violence is the best answer for everything. And there's so many other ways to go through it. Like when I worked security and in military school, they taught us some self-defense and de-escalation. There's always a way to de-escalate the situation, and if not, that's when things have to go another way. But
What was your first mission like when you started in 2019? Like, how did you feel?
so when I first started, I was living in Champaign, Illinois, which is U of I, big college town. And I'd always go through campus and I'd go to McDonald's and buy a bunch of their little single cheeseburgers. And I'd have a bunch of water bottles and I'd go hand them out. Or there was this one guy everybody knew. He was like famous in the Champaign area. But it's weird seeing like a famous unhoused person. And every now and then I'd buy him a phone card with minutes on it, or I'd just let him use my phone to call people he knew. He was always trying to get to another town so he could see his daughter, but he always ended up back in Champaign somehow. Back when I first got my shield and everything in 2021, I thought I was going to be cool. And this is where you really have to learn the lesson of observe and report, because when you think you're going to be super cool and intervene with a drug deal, it doesn't work out as well.
Do you decide where to do patrols and outreach?
You said when?
How? Like, how do you decide where to go?
Oh, okay. So I I'll be in my regular clothes and I'll go scope out a lot of areas because I like to support local businesses. So if I'm going around anyway, I'll be looking there. If I see a group of unhoused there or something, or like when one of my jobs, I was commercial fishing for a while, and along the river banks of this one area, there was like a whole settlement of multiple camps there. And so that's an area that I'm actually working on something for. It's gonna cost me about $300 that I'm saving up for, but that's gonna be fun whenever I get that through. And I think I'm gonna have Oni Girls help with that one from Peoria. That's gonna be great.
Nice.
But I also like to pop by local businesses and ask them, on average, how often do you see anybody out here who's needing help or something? And it's nice to have connections.
What kind of tools do you carry on you when you're on patrol?
Well, I got my flashlight hat, which has built-in headphones so I can listen to the police scanner.
Oh,
And I keep a card jumper in my bag where you could, well, if somebody's like car's not starting, you can go up and jump their battery. I have a first aid kit I keep with me. I don't have a lot of stuff at the moment because I had to completely redo my suit. My old one was stolen back in 2023 out of my storage unit, and so restarting is never fun, but it happens.
that's really unfortunate. I'm sorry that happened. What is the strangest thing you've seen on a mission?
Uh, I don't know about strangest. It was pretty funny one night. I used to go around pushing, well, I'd find a shopping cart across town and I'd push it back to where it went. And there was one day I was going through this parking garage and this guy came stumbling out of the darkness with a laundry basket on his head. And he took off running down the street. It was the most confusing thing I've ever seen.
Would you say that the supersuit is necessary for hero work?
Not really. When I did my clothes drive back in 2020, I was just in a yellow hat and a hoodie. Like if I say it helps because it draws attention to the subject. People see you doing something, especially in a suit, and they're like, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" And it gives you a chance where you can talk to them about it. And uh, some people are really interested. Others call you a freak. It happens sometimes. But I feel like you could do this in a suit or without a suit. It doesn't matter. As long as you're just putting in the effort to help people, that's the important part.
Is physical training or martial arts necessary for hero work?
Sometimes it really depends on what areas you're in, really, because like the area I'm in now, I'm kind of in a middle area where if I go an hour each way, I end up in a bigger city. So I do a lot of support right now where I'll just drive an hour to these other cities, help out a little bit, and then head home. But it is nice to know self-defense because you never know what's going to happen. As I said, I learned some in military school, but uh, even YouTube has some, or some towns have local self-defense classes. though they may be expensive at times. But yeah.
Is keeping a secret identity necessary for hero work?
Ooh, I've had people who've known about the Beacon persona for years, and they've never really cared. And then I've had some friends who's just found out recently, and they're like, "I've known you for over a decade, and somehow you like never mentioned any of this." It's just like never asked. Uh, I know, like I have some people, especially some people in my family, who would drastically judge. It really just depends on the person. Because some people were like, "Oh, hey, you're out helping people. That's awesome." And other people was just like, "Why would you help somebody else if they would never help you?" It's complicated.
Right. What makes a hero in your eyes?
Uh, Trying to do just what's right. It may not seem like the best thing for everybody, and you know people are gonna judge or they're gonna be against you, but everybody's got everybody's entitled to their own opinions. I get that and everything. But like just even if it's online or in person or something, as long as you're out there trying to spread awareness about a good cause or just trying to help, that makes you a hero in my eyes.
Hmm. How do you manage your mission anxiety?
I I honestly haven't really had any. When I first started, it was like, oh, they're gonna see me in the suit and they're gonna judge, and I still kind of feel that way every now and then. But it's like, hey, I'm out here trying to do good. Uh, so I don't really care. And if they see something about the suit and if they say anything, I'm just gonna tell them what it is. I'm a real life superhero. I'm trying to help people out. And if you see me on social media or something doing good, just share it. Get the word out. Make other people. Maybe we can inspire other people to help.
What's the inspiration behind your suit?
Uh, I so I didn't really have an inspiration this time. So my old jacket, I had like the black lines and everything through it, kind of like a Wolverine kind of thing.
Mhm.
I just liked his whole yellow suit. If I could have found one of those, I definitely would have. Like my sweatpants here are supposed to be Wolverine style, but you could barely see the blue on the bottom and everything. Uh, I almost ended up going with a invincible looking suit at one point, but I'm like, I want to do something that I could build myself this time. And though the light hat did come from, there's a old DC hero called Beacon from like 1994, and Earth B Beacon, he had this big rim hat with a light on there, and my old hat was like a black polycarbonate hard hat that had a rim on it. It didn't have the light on it, but it would have been cool to add on there eventually.
Are you currently on, or do you ever plan on becoming a part of like a superhero team? Have you ever collaborated with other heroes?
I've been part of the International Hero Cooperative ran by Spectral Hawk since 2019. We definitely aren't as active as we used to be. It basically feels like it's kind of dead nowadays. But we used to do a lot of cyber stuff on there too. And
Hmm.
then I do have a interview tomorrow for the hero, their name's slipping my mind right now.
The Hero Alliance?
No, that's I did work with them in Indianapolis last month though. That was fun. I drove 4 hours there and 4 hours back. My van is not doing well after that. But this is the team that like Downtown Batman's on. Trying to I really can't think of the name right now. Hmm. But I have an interview tomorrow at 7 p.m. for them.
Cool. I hope it goes well. And you also said that you have worked with Oni Girl before?
Yes, I went up to Peoria last month and met them for the first time. And we just we met, did a small walk down to the riverfront and back. Uh, Helped out one person, even though it was just one person. It's still someone, and he stuck with us a little bit too, because he told us his story, and then he looked us in the eye and asked us, "Do we think it would? Well, it's going to get better." And sometimes some of the people you help, they stick with you for a while, and you want to help everybody more, and sometimes you just have to learn that you can't save everybody.
How do you balance hero work with your secret identity?
Oh, it is very difficult. I work full time and I'm a single dad of two. And so I normally have to get a babysitter just to be able to go out and do anything. Or if I plan something, I really have to like plan it out in advance and just to make sure I have that day off and be able to go out and do it.
Why did you change your superhero name to the Beacon?
Uh when I first started as Nightlight, it was before, I was really RLSH and everything. And uh I ended up going through a little bit of a dark time myself during that little break period. There was an incident with a fire and a loved one that passed, well, a family friend that passed away and everything. And so I was looking for that beacon of hope at that time. And I realized when I was coming back that I should be that beacon of hope, not just for others, but myself as well.
Hmm. What is it like watching new RLSH trainees finding their footing?
I really love seeing it. I am worried about the minors because we've never really wanted minors in the community because it's a safety hazard for them and others at times. But knowing that we do have others in the community who will look after those kids and make sure they are all right, which I have like a huge I have a huge rant recorded that I haven't posted because I keep seeing these kids making new apps and everything, and it's just like, hey, that's a security issue. You're gonna get somebody hurt. Like they're making their own social networks. It's like, don't do that, please. But seeing these other heroes, there's like new heroes that's already doing great things. You're doing great with the interviews. I've always wanted to do the interviews and I struggled with them, but like the one I got to do was superhero, and I'm supposed to be able to do Razor Hawk at some point soon. And then we got like Skyline just really blew up and inspired so many people, which is great seeing. And I'm happy to see Red Ranger finally getting the appreciation he should because he's been around for so long.
Right. What was it like speaking with Superhero?
Oh, it was great. He had such great advice all the time. He always seems so happy. I can't see a bag of mulch or Godzilla without thinking of the man. And his laugh, uh if you could just hear his laugh, it was just so contagious and it would make you want to smile every time you heard it.
What can you tell me about the charity organization that you were putting together?
Okay, so back in September of 2019, I started the Illuminated Life Foundation, where our whole purpose and our whole goal was to brighten the lives of others, including plants, animals, and people. And so basically focused on homeless outreach. Sadly, I couldn't get funding to do other stuff, but like we even made the news in 2020 for the clothes drive, and turns out even though you pay for everything out of pocket and you don't have people donate money to you, you still got to do them damn taxes. And I need to redo it now because I went like a year or two without taking care of the taxes on there, and so they kind of pulled my 501c3 from me. and that's going to be like another $400. I do have the clothes drive going on again in December of this year, so it's going to be great doing that again. Because last time, I think I stood outside for like 3 days collecting clothes in these big Circle K boxes, and I ended up with 23 30-gallon bags of clothes.
Can you tell me a little bit about your upcoming interview podcast with Razorhawk and Nighthawk?
Yeah, I've been working on some questions for that. I even got some questions for, Raven helped me make some questions for Nighthawk. I want to ask them about their time on Stan Lee's show that they did. And with Razorhawk, I really want to ask him about like the old days of him designing super suits for people. And it's just going to be good to hear everybody's opinions about stuff.
Opinions on what, if you don't mind me asking?
Just about some of the new heroes nowadays, or I know Nighthawk did some time overseas for war and everything, and I do want to know their opinions on everything that's going on with Iran and everything as well.
I'm sure it'll be a very interesting interview. I'm looking forward to it. Well, I would like to thank you for taking the time to join me before we get to our final 3 questions. So thank you, Beacon. Your work is very inspiring, and it's great to hear that you were able to come to here and talk about your charity and your upcoming interview. I'm very glad to hear that that's going to be happening this year.
Thank you. I actually had somebody call me. They commented on my recent trash pickup video, more like Beacon of Hope, and I'm like, oh, right in the heart.
That must have felt good. Do you have an origin story?
Yeah, when I was 17, when I decided to take the little hiatus break there, about 2018, I got involved in an incident, basically wrong time, wrong place. There was a 4-story barn that caught on fire when I was hanging with some friends. One of the guys went upstairs by himself. Place caught on fire. And that's like right then, I'm like, okay, so I'm the only one in my family. I'm the only male with my last name who hasn't had a criminal record. And I want to do good for my family's last name.
That's very noble and breaking generational cycles. I appreciate that.
Yeah, when you come from a family of criminals and alcoholics, you kind of want to change some things.
Understandable. What would you like to say to anyone who feels powerless in the face of the world's adversities?
It's only dark till tomorrow. The sun comes up every day. And every time the sun rises, it brings new opportunities.
Now for the final question. It's a bit of a joke question. Who is your secret identity?
Lumen IL. Normally you can find me on, like most social medias, normally you see me going by Lumen. And if I could, I would totally dress up like like Moon Knight in the suit, like a full yellow suit with the mask and everything.
That'd be really cool. That's all I've got for you. So thank you for joining me.
Yeah, not a problem. Stay bright.
You too. Have a good day.
You too.